Hello everyone, welcome to Gent Watches, and today I am doing a new series. So this is a series that is coming out right now. In fact, as I'm recording this video, I think it came out like a few minutes ago. So I am excited to get into this one. This is called, let me see if I can remember it. It's like, when will Ayumu, it's not Ayumu twice, I just started. When will Ayumu make his move? I think it's called. And to give you a little background on this show, I mean, it's, you know, kind of maybe a strange show to be putting on the channel. But the thing is, I'm just often trying out shows that I think are interesting, and this show has been on my anticipated list for quite a while. And the reason is, I was going to read the manga of this, and I remember I was looking for manga to read. I saw that this was a manga. I think the day after I saw that it was a manga and I was about to start reading it, the anime was announced. And I was like, oh, okay, I might as well just wait for the anime then. And then I just left it and waited, and now finally it's coming out. So this show, I don't know a crazy amount about it, right? I always try to keep as far away from, you know, finding out stuff about the plot and all that sort of stuff as I can, because I don't want to spoil myself on something before I get into it. But what I do know and what got me interested is that it's about Shogi. Is that how you pronounce it? It's not Shogi, it's Shogi. It's about Shogi, which is a board game type thing, as far as I know, like a chess type game. I've never played Shogi. I'm a big board game guy. I mean, you can, it's not on my screen right now. You can see in the background there's the Jaws board game. There's a whole pile of board games. You'll see them in every one of my videos, basically. That there are a bunch of board games in my room. I love board games. I'm a big board game guy. Never played Shogi, but always been interested in it from an outsider's perspective. So I'm interested in it for that. I don't know how much they focus on Shogi, because at its heart, I assume this is a romance anime. And I found out this literally today when looking up the release date or the release time of this anime, that it is by the author of, what's it called? Takagi-san, which I haven't seen or read, but I know a lot about it. I read and watch Nagatoro, and it's a similar type series, so I hear a lot about Takagi. Wait, it's not is it Takagi? Yes, it is. Yes. And then also, I think he does another one which was like a ninja one that had an anime last season, I'm pretty sure. So anyway, this guy's got like 3 mangas going on at once, and all of them are successful from what I've seen. So that's pretty crazy. But haven't actually consumed any of his. I'm using his. I actually don't know if it's a man or a woman, but I haven't consumed any of their work yet. But I like their character designs, and this has interested me for quite a bit. So I'm going to try it out today and see if I like it. I feel like I will like it. You know, at its worst, it's probably just gonna be a, you know, cute little, like, relatively fun show, and at its best, it'll be great. So I am excited to get into this. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Please make sure to interact with the video. If you enjoyed it, like the video. If you have stuff to say, comment down below. Even if you just liked the video, you can comment down below. I don't mind getting comments that are just like, I loved this video. And make sure that if you enjoyed this and want to see more of this series or other series, subscribe to the channel. That stuff is the best way to get through that you like what I do and help grow the channel. And if you want to see more of this series specifically, best thing to do is comment and let me know that that's what you want to see, so that I know. So anyway, let's get into the first episode of I need a better way to say this show title. When will Ayumu make his move? Shogi Club, we're already here. I don't know how to play Shogi, by the way, so let's see if the anime teaches me. At least the basics. Smug already, I like it.
その上可愛いですし。
お前、私のこと好きだよな。
将棋したかったんで。
将棋何も知らなかっただろ
う。でもしたかったんですよ。
Yeah, that's fine. You could just wanna play.
私のこと可愛いって言うし。
You are cute.
可愛いんで。
Yeah.
抱きしめてやるぞ。チューもしてやっ
Oh my god, you are stepping it up big time.
先輩、集中したいので静かにしてもらえますか。
She's trying to rush this anime to its conclusion in episode 1. Minute 1.
もう少しで認めてしまうところ。
Okay.
先輩に将棋で勝った時と。
Ah, okay.
だから。
これで終わりだ。
Is it?
そんな手が。
Is it over? I can't tell. Oh, we're getting an OP already. Oh, they looks like there might have been a side couple there. Oh my gosh, look! Whoa! Look at this dance animation. Whoa! This is awesome. What? Wow. Whoa! Man, this is really nice. That was a really good OP. Wow. Now, is the show gonna teach me the basics of Shogi?
そうなのか？普段は攻め
Or is it gonna assume we know it?
いつも私が恥ずかしくなるようなことばっか。くそ、たまにはそっちを照れさせてやる。
He doesn't seem like the type to easily get embarrassed.
お前ってよく見たら。
Can you get it out? Yep, can't get it out.
なんだこいつ。やばい。こいつの攻めに崩されて。
So
参りました。
he's winning the real life game, and she's constantly winning Shogi. Okay, I see their dynamic already.
マキ。
Maki,
ご機嫌だね。
Urushi.
まあな。
She looks like Karone from Hololive. Just a little bit.
不動の田中だろ。
Huh?
の時めちゃくちゃ強いって有名。
Okay, so he's a good athlete.
お前ならいつでも大歓迎だから。
Okay, yeah. Good athlete, but turned it down to be in the Shogi club.
奇遇だな。こんなところでばったり会うなんて。
You've been a little overt there with fancy seeing you here. You go to the same school. It's not that crazy.
じゃあ二枚落ちで相手してやるよ。そしたらさ。
I don't think he.
平手で勝たないと意味がないので。
そっか。
I hope she doesn't let him win, just to sort of even the playing field. Because I think he'd feel that.
先輩。
They already have a sweet relationship.
いいですか。
しょうがないな。今日だけだぞ。
先輩が嬉しそうだと俺も嬉しいです。
そっか。
You don't show it.
なんと今日新入部員が入ります。
Oh.
新入部員が欲しかったんですか。
I mean, yeah, it's a little lonely in here.
なぜですか。
だって部にしたいしさ。
ここ部じゃなかった。
I don't think with 2 members, right?
あれは私が勝手に貼ってるだけだ。
4 members?
あと2人部員集めると部にでき
It's
るな。
often 4 members.
今も一応将棋部と名乗ってるわけですし。
You also get like funds and stuff, won't you?
じゃあ部費。
Yeah.
必要なものはすべて揃っていますよね。だって。
おい、ちょっと待って。なんかさっきからおかしくない。責められてる。
Let the girl
はっき
dream.
りさせたいだけです。
新入部員のこと。彼氏ができちゃってさ。やっぱそういうことで。
Just stopped by to break her heart. Sorry, found a
残念
boyfriend.
でしたね。
それに私部長だしな。
部じゃないですけど。
細かいぞ。
すみません。
I like how she went right back to being smug. She told him off and then went right back to crossing her arms.
将棋部にいてくれるか？
Of course, because my girlfriend will be in the Shogi club with me.
彼女ができたらむしろもっと部に入り浸りますね。
Oh my god.
私と二人っきりでいられなく
I
なる
mean,
だけ
that's
だろ。
right.
いや、まだ手があるはず。
積んでるからどっちも見て
This is cute. This is very cute.
先輩よく何もないとこでつまずきますもんね。
その顔やめろ。余計やる気なくなるだろ。
付き合いますよ。
いや、サボりはな。
Wow, he's a
そ
bad
れになんか
influence.
こう元気づけてくれよ。
先輩は運動できなくても問題ないくらい可愛いですし、
Ah, okay.
笑顔は最高に可愛いですし、爪なんて桜貝のように
Oh my
可愛
gosh,
らしい
he's
です。
going into detail.
元気出ましたか？
元気っていうか、本当にサボっちゃうか。二人で。
いいですよ、俺は。
Just gonna play Shogi. Oh, well. It's raining. Is PE gonna be
今日
awful?
は勝たせてもらいます。
I guess the rain didn't come into it because they've moved on to the after school. So Shogi starts with you putting all your pieces on the board, right? That's like your sort of drafting.
お前これ
Is that
まさか
is that what it's like?
無敵囲い？
Has he looked up some strats?
弱いぞ。
え、無敵なのに？
Going off the
選んじゃう
name.
かな。
無敵という胸がときめいてしまって。
怒ってない？
ええ、むしろ先輩の笑顔が見れて嬉しい
My
です。
god, he's forward.
とても素敵ですから。
They've got a dynamic I haven't quite seen before.
そうだ。
Nice. Good imagery.
向かい合ってると分かりにくくて、こっちから見ててもいいですか？
Can I be right next to your face?
本当ですね。
とりあえず刺すか。
Did they play the game? Or did they just do the setup and then went, you want to play another game? Man, I really... If I do another one of these videos,
大手。
I'm going to read the rules beforehand.
参りました。
Some of these shows give you rundowns of the game, so I decided not to this
詰
time.
将棋を持ってやらないとだな。
雨ですね。
そうだな。
Okay, the rain is coming into it, I guess.
傘は持ってきていますか？
こそ
I jumped to conclusions that it wouldn't.
折りたたみ式だけどしっかりしてるんだ。
You have to share it?
その帰り俺の傘に
Classic
入りませんか？
rom-com!
どういう
そのままの意味ですが。
してやってもいいぞ。どうだ照れろ。
Still you.
どうしても先輩とお話ししたいですね。
素直すぎる。
Get closer.
あ、私のうち。
こっちですよね。
なんで知ってるの？
It's a bit weird.
前に一度調べ
I looked it up once.
先輩。
Where did you look it up?
いいだろ。
はい。
Aw. You're gonna go have dinner together? Aww. Wow. That is a lot of progression for a first episode. Yeah, give me the ED. Okay. Alright, yeah, we got this cute style. Oh, I like the song. This is a good song, damn. Very simple visuals, but nice song. Nice. Very nice. Okay, so one thing's for sure, if I continue this show, we'll definitely need to look up the rules to Shogi. I mean, I'm sure, like, look, it's not that I was particularly lost in this episode. There was no bits that weren't relatively self-explanatory, you know? Like, whenever one of them won, they said, "Oh, I won," and that's all, you know. He employed a strategy called the Invincible Castle. The Invincible Castle, I'm guessing, is a sort of like a noob stomper strategy, you know, one of those strategies that like works well against someone who has no idea what they're doing, but against anyone who has like any sort of proficiency within the game will immediately spot it and go, okay, well, I know that weakness, and that's pretty easy to take down. I've seen that in a bunch of different games before, so I know the sort of thing that they're talking about when she's like, oh, okay, well, that's easily weak from the side, and then she shows him exactly how weak it is. So yeah, like I got everything that was going on, but I'm sure it would be a little bit better to see it within the game. Although I'm sure trying to immediately like spot which piece is in what position, because the pieces are written in kanji on the the names are written in kanji on the pieces himself, and I doubt I'd be able to read kanji, especially not that quickly. So I'm sure like no matter what, it would be tough for me to take in everything that's going on anyway, but I still would look it up if I watched the second episode. But yeah, that was good. So the thing that as a person who I enjoy these types of shows, and I watch and read Don't Toy With Me, Nagatoro, which is a manga and anime that started like with the first few chapters and first couple episodes of the anime, is very heavily like basically bullying. It's basically a bullying, almost like a bullying fetish anime, right? But it becomes over time this very cute rom-com, and the dynamic there, and this is a dynamic that I assume is also present within Uzaki, which I haven't seen, and the one that I mentioned at the start of this video, Takagi. Those are two series that are often compared to Nagatoro, and I've assumed the dynamic is the girl is super forward and constantly teasing the guy, and the guy is relatively reserved. I think in one of them, I think in Uzaki, I think the male protagonist isn't as reserved and will dish it back sometimes, but I'm not 100% sure on that because, again, haven't seen it or read it. All my entire experience is with Nagatoro, and then what other people say about the other series when talking about Nagatoro. But anyway, the point is, that's sort of their dynamic. A very forward, teasing girl, and then this reserved and nerdy guy who is being teased constantly. And the thing about that dynamic is then the fun part is when, in the case of Nagatoro, when she drops her guard, when she like is sort of hit with something back and she herself gets flustered. That's where it really gets fun. So in this series, it's actually quite an interesting dynamic because it's almost like I need to check what I wrote down as her name. Urushi, I think her name is. Urushi is almost it's almost like she's watched the shows that I mentioned and wants to be like a Nagatoro figure, like a Takagi figure. She wants to be, constantly prodding and teasing him and watching him get flustered. But it doesn't work on him. Well, it does, but she can't see that because he's got a very good poker face. And I think that's interesting. And what doesn't work on him is he is actually like it's funny. It's called When Will Ayumu Make His Move, right? But the funny thing is he is making moves the entire episode. He's constantly making moves. He called her cute. He's like wanting to cheer her up constantly. He describes the features that he likes about her. He's saying he wants it to only be them in the club. He said we should skip class together. He's asking to share an umbrella, saying that he wants to share an umbrella more often, like, on future days. Like, he is constantly making moves, right? And she is making moves too, but her only moves are trying to get him to make his move. So it's interesting. And then the whole dynamic, the point of the dynamic is in the game of social shogi that's going on, where it's the battle of wits and the battle of the social dynamic, whatever you would call it, you know, them talking to each other, he's winning because she's trying to slip him up at every turn, and he's stone-faced like a rock. He's nailing it. But in the game of shogi, she's constantly winning because she's good at shogi. So interesting and good conceit for a show. I wonder how they're going to continue it and where they go from here, because I'm not expecting it to be, you know, a hugely progress-driven story. I can't imagine there will be that much progress in this story, because of sort of the nature of it. Like, it feels like for the show to, you know, go for a decent amount of time, it needs to just constantly tease you and prolong that relationship as much as possible. So I doubt there'll be that much progress. But I mean, it's the sort of show where I would be very excited to see, like, if it got an ending, to see the ending, like to see the moment where possibly he beats her at shogi and then asks her out or whatever. Assuming that's where the thing ends, but I'm assuming that is where the manga and anime would end. I've said before, I think romance stuff much more often should have the confession and love bits in the middle of the story, not at the end, because I think there's so much to explore after the relationship. But especially when you have a series like this, which the concept so heavily relies on the build up to the confession, I understand that it is hard to continue it, because then when will Ayumu make his move, the entire title doesn't work anymore. But I don't think that matters, to be honest. Like, I think if someone was like, oh well, they're together now, like the title doesn't make any sense, I'd be like, okay, I'm not gonna change the title, you know. Like, I don't care that the title doesn't make sense anymore, screw you. So yeah, I just find that fun and interesting. I guess, like, you could just use How I Met Your Mother as an example, I guess. Like, in season 9, I think was the final season, it's pretty close to the start of the season when he actually meets the mother, but then the show continues and has basically an entire season, and that's better, I think. I mean, not that the last season was very good. There are definitely a lot of problems with the last season, but the decision to have him meet the mother and then we actually get to know the mother and stuff, that was a good decision. So I appreciate that. But yeah, okay. Is there anything else that I want to say particularly? No, I mean, we got introduced to Maki in this episode. I imagine she'll be popping up at some other point, because they gave her a name and gave her a design, and her scene was kind of useless as well. So I imagine that that's an actual character, and that was us being introduced to the character of Maki. But she didn't do anything in the episode, so nothing to talk about there. Yeah. Solid first ep, enjoyable, you know, nothing crazy. The OP was great, I will say that. The OP was like, the dancing in the OP, crazy good. Anyway, that is about it for this episode of When Will Ayumu Make His Move. So if you enjoyed this, if you want to see more, best way for that to happen is for you to like the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. All those sorts of things will help me know that this is the sort of thing that gains interest. If there's interest in it, then I'd continue it. So just let me know in the comments, like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that stuff would really help out the channel. So thank you very much, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.